Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sumit, and this is my next video in flows in Salesforce. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to automatically generate a public file URL in Salesforce whenever a file is uploaded to a contact using Apex Trigger and Salesforce flows together. So this is a real world production ready solution that actually works, especially since Salesforce does not allow file object in the record trigger flows. So you might have gone through my previous video, and in that video, I demonstrated that how do we generate the public file URL in Salesforce using trigger and Apex class. With the help of an Apex class, how do we generate that? So in this video, I got couple of comments on my WhatsApp on my channel that many of like the people wants to know that how is it possible to accomplish this task or in order to automate this process by using flows or not. So therefore, I prepared this video for that. So let me show you the business requirement quickly one more time. So the business requirement is that whenever this is my contact object, and the requirement is whenever I attach a file to a contact, let's suppose I open a contact, let's say John Bond, and you can see right now there is no attachment, and there is a field called public file URL. So whenever I upload a file, so I'm going to upload a file here. And very quickly, I will upload a file over here. Let's suppose I select a file, let's say restaurant image, and open that. And as soon as the file gets updated and done, so this public file URL, this field need to be updated automatically. So the public, it will generate the public file and the public file URL will get generate here automatically. So as you can see, when I refresh my record, so the public file URL will be added automatically for that particular file. Let's verify this. So I'll just right click and open this in a new tab. And when I open this link in a new tab, I would be able to see the file which we attach to this particular record. No, we have achieved this by using Apex and trigger and Apex. But this time we will be going to see that how do we create a trigger, and that trigger is going to be invoke a auto launch flow. So there are few steps which we need to follow. And once we complete those steps and activate the flow, and whenever we create a new record within a contact, whenever we attach a file in a to the particular record, so uh, whenever we attach a file to a particular contact, so it will automatically generate the public file URL, and that public file URL will auto update into that particular contact. So let's see the step-by-step implementation. And let me show you the flow, what exactly the flow is going to be look like. So this is how the flow is going to be look like. We will be going to do the step-by-step implementation. And this is the auto launch flow. And what I have done, I have created a record trigger first. So let me show you my record trigger also. So this is the record trigger which I've created. So as you can see, I've used the same kind of trigger, the content document link trigger. Previously, we'll be using a handle after insert, but this time I'm using a different func class. So content document link trigger on content document after insert. First of all, we collect the contact IDs because it may possible that we might update multiple contacts also at the same time. So set of IDs, contact IDs. For contact document link trigger.new, because remember one thing, whenever we upload a file or whenever we attach a file to a record, so that file will not the file will not upload in that contact. So basically that file will upload in the content document, and from there it get attached to that particular record, to the related entity, to the linked entity. So that's why this is a content document link. So I just iterate on a, because the record is created, the new file will be attached into the content document link. And from there, I iterate because we might upload multiple links. So we need to filter it off. So first of all, I just check the linked entity ID should not be null, because otherwise how we are going to attach it. So I set linked ID not equals to null, and uh, cdl dot linked entity ID dot start with 003. Why I mentioned 003? Because the contact ID starts always 003. So I just want to target only those records where the contact record with 003. So then and we store it into the linked entities ID is stored into the contact IDs. And then we check if it is not empty. So I'm going to invoke a run flow method, which is a part of a file flow invoker class. And here I pass the contact ID. So this is my file flow invoker class. And in this file invoker class, what I've done, I added invocable method that is called process file upload, run flow. This record IDs will be getting from here. The list of the contact IDs will pass to the record IDs, and then we just pass record ID is equals to null or empty. It will return blank. Otherwise, we'll proceed further and we create a flow parameters, because we need to pass parameters. And in the parameters, we store the contact IDs as a record IDs, contact ID as a record IDs here. Then system.debug parameters for flow parameters and flow parameters. And this is interesting part, flow.interview.auto launch flow to update public link. So make sure this will be your flow name. So for example, I'm going to create a new auto launch flow here. So let me do that. Let me create a new auto launch flow. And yeah, so I'm going to create an auto launch flow. And let's say I'm going to get record. Okay, first I'm just going to create a new resource here, and I label this as a variable. And the parameter name I'm going to set as a contact IDs. So I set the parameter as contact IDs, data type will be text, allow multiple values, available for input, and done. So available for input, so that this contact IDs is ready to get input from here. So this contact ID, so we are ready to get the values from the Apex class, and this is the invocable method. So this method can invoke a flow here. Now let me save this flow, and let's suppose I'll save this flow name as here. Previously, I used the flow as auto launch flow to a public link, and this time I will use I'll save it that flow, auto launch flow to update public link new. Okay, public link new. So this will be my flow name. So now I'll copy this flow name, and this is the flow which we are going to execute from here. So I replace this flow here. So this is the flow name which we have to pass in our Apex class, and paste it. Save this, and we will be passing the parameters. So as you can see, there is no issue, and my trigger and my Apex class saved successfully without having any issues. Now let's see what are we going to do in our flow. So in the flow, so the very first step is we need to create, the very first step in the flow is that we need to create one, uh, yes, so we need to get the content document link based on the linked entities IDs. So I'll just say, and I just write here record, get record, and I'll just label it as document link, get document link. Object is content document link. Object will be content document link. And here I will be saying that linked entity ID in contact ID. So whatever contact IDs will be there, all the contact IDs will pass here. I just want to fetch all the records and close this, so that if we have multiple records, multiple contacts, because obviously we can attach multiple files to various methods, maybe by using Apex, or maybe by using uh, some file up data loader. So once we attach multiple files, So this flow is going to be run and all the IDs will be stored into contact IDs, and this will fetch all the document links. Okay, this is going to fetch all the document links. Now, we'll put a loop and we will be going to iterate on the content document link. So I will be going to iterate on the content documents link because we are not sure how many content documents will be there. So therefore, I will be going to iterate on the content document link. Now the next is we need to get the latest content version. So therefore, again, I'm going to write a get record. And here I just write get latest content version. Get latest content version from the object will be content version. The object will be version, content version. And content version, here I need to add the document, content document ID is equals to current item from the loop, content document ID, content document ID, and I'll just set is latest is equals to true. So we are going to fetch only the latest file for that particular record, for that particular contact, and it is going to. And how many records are we going to fetch? So we are going to fetch only the first record and it will store all the fields. So now the next step is to create the public file link. And in order to do that, we will be going to create a new record into content distribution. So I'm going to create a new record. So create a record and I'll just say create public file link. I'll label it as create public file link and manual. And we are going to add a record into content distribution. When we say content distribution, that is means content delivery. So content distribution. And in this content distribution, we need to add a record. So first of all, let me just required password to access. I set it as false. I set some property. These are some default properties. Email when preview images are ready. So we can set true, notify me. No, I don't want it. Content delivery expires. No, I don't want that. Allow to view in browser, true. Allow download as PDF. I set all the values at true. Allow download in original format, true. Now we need to give the content delivery name. So content delivery name will be the content version title. So we click here and content version and we'll get the title from here. And also, we need to give a name also, the ID, content version ID. So I click field and I label it as content version ID. And the content version ID is the one we store into this content version. So from here, I'm using ID. That is called, I need to add the ID and that ID will be that ID will be a content version ID. So that ID will be, so this one, get record from. So we need to get the content version ID. So get latest content version. You can see this is the content version. And from here, I will get the ID. So content document ID. And let's check for the content version ID. Content version ID. Fine. So this is how this is going to work. Now, once we create a public file, I need to fetch the public. I need to get the URL. So I'm going to use the get record. And this is an additional step. And what I'm going to do, I'll just write get public file link. And this we are going to fetch from the content distribution. And we just want to fetch the record because here we are going to create. So based on the content version ID. So content version ID is equals to the file we added, a create public file. So we are creating a record. So create record content delivery from, and here I will fetch the content version ID. So based on that, it will fetch and it will store that information. And finally, what are we going to do? We need to do an assignment. So we need to update a record. So I just say update record and I write here update contact because our objective is to update the we need to update the public URL field for that record when for a contact whenever a new file will be attached. Like this here it is updated. In same manner, whenever I upload a new file, I need to update it. So update contact and on the contact object, which record we would like to update, the contact ID. Contact ID is equals to current item from loop and linked entity ID. And the value public, I'll set public file URL is equals to get public file link. So get record. So this is update get public file link. And from the public file link, I'm going to fetch the external link. External link will be a public URL, distribution public URL. So I need this one. That's all it is going to do. That's all it is going to perform. So I'll just save this. And we have already set the label and also make sure that what are we passing here? We are passing contact IDs. And as I mentioned in the beginning of this video also that make sure that your variable name will be same as the parameter name, as the parameter name will be passing from. It should be exactly same, otherwise it is not going to work. Let's activate it. And now I will be going to test it. So in order to test it, let me switch back to my contact. So here's my contact, and you can see there's a contact record called Andy Young. And right now for this Andy Young, there will be no file attached. See this, no attachment. And therefore, there will be no public file URL. But let me do one thing. I will be going to upload a file. So I click on upload a file, and I'm going to attach this file, that is image one. Once I attach an image and click on done, and let me reload this. It says one file was added to the contact. Let me reload this, and as soon as I reload this, you will see a new, basically the public file URL updated here successfully. Let's try to open this file in a new tab. I will open this in a new tab and make sure whether this is the same file or not. This. Okay. Now, let me do one thing. Let me attach one more file. I'll attach here one more file. This time I will change the image. That's a different image. Done. And this is a different image. And now let's reload it one more time. And I will be going to verify the URL again, the public. So you can see the record updated here successfully once I attach a new file. So I refresh my record and there's a public URL is coming. So I right click and click on open link in a new tab and we'll see whether the image changed or not. And you can see this will be a different image. So the image, the URL changed successfully. So that's all in this video. That's how we can perform an update operation. That's how we can update the public file link URL in public file URL in Salesforce. And so this is the final output for this. So the same activity, same process we have done using Apex trigger also. And this is another one. So this is the way we perform a generate public URL in Salesforce using Apex and flows together. So that's all in this video. If you like this, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and press the bell icon. Comment below if you need some more updates. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.